and this is number of students. Okay, and we have our, I guess I should draw some colors. So let's go, this is our marginal cost curve. And actually, I don't know if I need a color for that. Okay, this is our marginal cost curve, which is the same as your supply curve, okay? And then we have our two demand curves, okay? So we have our demand curve and here, okay? Whoops. Our demand curve here. And then we have so this is just our demand, which is equal to our marginal benefit. So this is why you would go to school, okay? And then we're gonna have, what the government wants, which is our marginal social benefit. So our marginal social benefit, remember, marginal social benefit is equal to our marginal benefit, which is the same as our marginal private benefit, plus our marginal external benefit, okay? So I just want to mark down here where our marginal external benefit is, just to show you right now, but I'm gonna, actually, you know what, I'll do it in a sec. Okay, so let's go through what I want to see, okay? So I want to see our unregulated equilibrium, okay? So first step is our unregulated equilibrium. So where is our unregulated equilibrium? Is always back at supply and demand, okay? So our unregulated equilibrium is going to be, I'm going to just circle it, okay, right here, okay? This is our unregulated equilibrium. Okay, I'm going to put that as 1. Okay, right, because that's the first thing you're going to want to do. All right, so I'm going to label this as PUR, unregulated, and QUR. Is that okay? Is everybody following me? First step. The second step is I want to find the regulated equilibrium. So our regulated equilibrium is going to be the intersection of our marginal social benefit and marginal cost. So I'm going to put a 2 here. Okay? This is our regulated equilibrium, which is right here. Okay, I'm going to call that, okay, I'm going to call that PR for regulated and QR. Okay, so with anything to do with externalities, I am going to be asking you your regulated and your unregulated equilibrium. Okay? All right, so let's see, just over here. All right, so let's put some numbers in. Okay, let's say that this is 20,000. Okay, and let's say that this is say 15,000. Okay, and let's say this is 8 million, and this is 16 million. Okay? All right, so now the tricky one, the last tricky one, is to figure out how much in a regulated market, how much the domestic student or how much the student is willing to pay. Okay? Now this is where it gets a tiny bit tricky. Okay? But bear with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace this along with you. The way you figure out, I'm going to use purple, okay? How we figure out how much the student is willing to pay is you start off here, okay, at your regulated equilibrium, okay, your regulated quantity or regulated equilibrium at 2, okay, all right. You're going to take the point where it is intersecting at 2, and you're going to take this line down and where it touches your demand curve, okay, all right. So I'm going to put this as 3, as 3, okay, and then at this particular point where it intersects your demand curve, you're going to shoot this over to your price line and say that this is P equals to, okay, this should be a little higher. So go this, okay, do it again. All right, so. Okay. All right. So let's say this is PST. I'm going to go P student, and let's say that this is, 12,000. Okay. All right. I'm going to say that this is 4.4. Okay. Okay. The last thing you need to figure out is how much our taxpayers paying, and how much our taxpayers paying is determined by, well, what does the taxpayer get out of it? Taxpayers get, what were taxpayers getting out of it? They're getting the marginal external benefit. So the amount that taxpayers should be paying is how much taxpayers are going to subsidize our education. Well, how much are they subsidizing? They are, that's right, because it's costing 20, and the 12. Students, private students, are willing to pay 12. So how much are taxpayers paying? Okay, and that is taxpayers' subsidy, which is equal to your MEB, which is equal to 20 minus 12, which is going to be equal to $8,000. Does this make sense? Okay, if I were you, I would